Hello and welcome to our celebration of the life of Jean Knabel, also known as Mum, Grandma and on the odd occasion the old bat. Sorry about that, Mum. I've been in the poo for years. There's no reason to stop now. Mum was born on the 4th of September 1933. She survived World War II and the bombing of England. In the early 60s, she lived in Australia for a couple of years. Some photos there of enjoying the weather in Melbourne. Went back to England and met Dad, Donald Knabel, in 1964, and they were married on the 25th of September 1965. And I've wondered for much of my adult life where I got my chain smoking and alcohol consumption habits from, and I think that photo probably explains some of that. The wedding party, cutting the cake, it was magnificent, and Mum showing some of the dignity and poise to which we've all been accustomed to over all these years. Beautiful photo as they're getting ready to head off on their honeymoon. And then their first bundle of joy, me, arrived on the 16th of June 1966. In 1967, we moved to the USA, and where their second little bundle of joy, my brother Scott, arrived on the 18th of February 1969. In 1973, we moved from Wisconsin to Melbourne, Australia. Very long way down to the land down under. 1982, we went on our biggest holiday as a family through Central Australia. This is one of the highlights of Mum's life here in Australia. Had a great time. She had a go at climbing Ayers Rock and got to what they call Chicken Rock, and you can see the photo there on the right. That probably should be called Intelligent Rock, because the intelligent people would stop there. It gets very steep, and Ayers Rock is not smooth. It's hard going. I think Mum was probably smarter than the rest of us that day. I got married for the first time, bit of a practice run, because well, you never get these things right all the time, in 1984. Mum's first grandchild, Darren, arrived in 1986. And he's gone from that little baby to this cheeky fellow here. He's a great kid and very proud of him. Second grandchild, Brent, and an old family joke that he was named after a toilet. I promise you, Brent, you weren't. I never saw a Brent toilet till after you were born. But you've been stuck with that name ever since. He was born on the 31st of December, 88. And there's him growing up, and unfortunately he's starting to take over my physical attributes, I think. Third grandchild, Joshua, born on the 7th of March 1992, and you can see he was rather cute baby. We had to censor that part out, and in the bottom right there's my attempt at winning Father of the Year. And yes, Mum, I know you didn't raise me to say and do things like that, but it was just too good an opportunity to let pass. Third grandchild, Joshua, arrived on the 7th of March 1992, and he's certainly grown. Scott married Sarah in 1995, and their first son, Mum's fourth grandchild, Jordan, arrived on the 26th of February 1996. And he's gone from that cheeky little fella there, getting ready to rip into a chocolate cake, through to this 6'1", 16-year-old now who is making a name for himself in squash, and I'm sure Mum would have been extremely proud and was extremely proud of Jordan. Fifth grandchild, Jacinta, arrived on the 3rd of April 2002. We're lucky enough to have Mum come and visit us in the early days, just after Jacinta was born, and that's that photo in the top left. And there's Jacinta showing some of the same dignity and poise that Mum showed in that earlier wedding photograph. It obviously must be hereditary. And then for several years, Mum managed to successfully spoil all the grandkids rotten, allowing them to eat and drink at all times of the night and day, things that she would never have let her own kids do, and buying ridiculous amounts of toys and gifts, much to the frustration of their parents. been a typical grandparent. But P.S. Mum, why wasn't I allowed to drink 2 litres of red cordial and have a packet of Oreos 5 minutes before bedtime when I was a kid, eh? Just don't get it. I got married the second time in 2004 to Pauline, and very confident that I got it right this time. Age and experience is wonderful things. And then, much to Mum's surprise, instant grandkid, just had a wedding. 6th grandchild Luke arrived courtesy of my wedding to Pauline. Luke is Pauline's son from her first attempt at this marriage thing. He's a great kid and been a great addition to the family, and Mum was all the better for having spent time with him. Yeah, again, Luke, they're showing some of the usual things that I've managed to teach my kids, which I've had to blur out, and Luke looking rather suave and intelligent there on the right-hand side. Mum and Dad moved up to Queensland to escape the horrible, cold, wet, windy, miserable, depressing Melbourne weather and enjoy our sunshine. You can see there a picture on the left of a normal summer's day in Melbourne, grey, overcast, drizzling, people with umbrellas, and then an average day in Queensland. Beautiful blue sky. And I know for a fact that both Mum and Dad enjoyed their time in Queensland immensely. Unfortunately, the love of her life, Don, our father, Dad, passed away on the 28th of May 2004. Don was a great man who was sadly missed by all who knew him. And on the right-hand side there, Dad enjoying his retirement. Her oldest grandchild, Darren, married Kimberly on the 8th of April 2006, and it was a marvellous day that Mum thoroughly enjoyed. Darren and Kim presented Mum with her first great-grandchild, Zachary, or Zaka, on the 8th of September 2007. You see they're obviously a very shy child. He's a good kid, Zach. A couple more of him there, and Mum went back to Melbourne in 2011, and on the right-hand side there you can see her with Zaka, Darren, Kim, and she spoke about that a hell of a lot. She had a great time down there. My youngest son Joshua and his partner Jessica McNuggets, I've got no idea where the McNuggets came from. He'll have to explain that to you. Have great-grandchild number 2 Xavier on the way. He's due in August this year. And there you can see in that picture there the marvels of modern ultrasound technology, showing us a picture of him inside Jessica's belly. Unfortunately, Mum passed away on Monday the 14th of May 2012.